Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? So, our oilseed radishes are now ready to cultivate back in. However, I have a slight problem. As some of you may know, Frithgar ain't too bright sometimes, and what Frithgar did was he got the hired help, who is in that tractor over there, or he was in that tractor over there, and told him to fertilise all of the fields. Now, if you remember correctly, we had 2 layers of fertiliser on the field already, and then we had the oilseed radishes, which when we cultivated in would have made the 3rd layer of fertilisation. However, I went and told the person to go and do the fertilising. So we now have, go here and growth, we now have 3 stages of fertiliser on the field, which means that our oilseed radishes were completely and utterly pointless. That wasn't how I intended things to be, but I'd done a load of other stuff. I'd tidied things up, I'd moved things around, yada yada yada. So basically I thought that it wasn't worth doing all of that again. I will confess to my mistake. I have made a terrible mistake, and so we've completely wasted the planting of all that oilseed radish. What an absolute disaster. So, yeah, things didn't go too well. We do have everything fertilised. We can plant whatever we like. And I'm going to get the stayer that is just over here, and I'm going to fill it right back up with fertiliser, and I'm going to go up to field 1, and we're going to continue up there. I have many things to continue on with. I'm starting to think that perhaps it's time to retire the stayer, although it'd probably help if we had front weight. If you look at the front wheel, it's sort of spinning a lot faster as it bounces as it goes up this hill. It is really struggling with this. It's getting there, slowly. I thought that I'd left a front weight up here somewhere that I was going to put on it, and I got halfway here and realised that the front weight is in fact on the is back at the main farm, which isn't very convenient. So I know I said that I was going to pick up all of the bales before I started. I haven't picked up all of the bales because I'm going to do that right now. That is the next thing that we're going to do. I'm actually just going to stop this one right here, and there we go. So that one is there. We're going to have to just do this without the front weight on the tractors today because I don't want to have to go back and get the front weight. I think we are running out of time. It's also going to rain soon. Well, hail actually, but yeah, much the same difference I think. So this one I want round bales on this one, and press X to start it loading. Now this is the small bale trailer. Update on the small bale trailer thing. It's there is a mod there that is going to be uploaded. I don't know if it's been uploaded yet. If it's not, it will be. It'll need to be tested by giants, etc, etc. But as far as I know, everything is okay for that, and it's going ahead. So you will be able to get your hands on this trailer, which has the small bale script on it. Eventually. I don't know when you'll be able to get your hands on it, but you will be able to get your hands on it, which is absolutely fantastic news. I know a lot of you have been really keen to try this one out, and I don't blame you. It is absolutely fantastic. So it's got all the other functionality that was already included, and now obviously you've got the extra with the small bales as well, which is great. So my question that I asked you all last week was, what job would you like me to do next? What major task would you like me to do next? Did you want me to do silage, plant all of our fields with corn and do corn silage? Did you want me to do some forestry work over on the east side of the map? Or did you want me to do the poplars, start planting the poplars up here, ready to do that harvest? I was quite surprised actually that poplars was the least popular one of all, and so I will do the other. I'm going to do all 3 tasks. It was basically, what order do you want me to do them in? So because I'm going to be doing all 3 of them, if I stop that, unload onto the trailer and put the straps on, it's got all of the small the round bales. They're all tied on perfectly. And I'm just going to move this one over to the side over here. We will be using it again shortly. We're going to be doing that field over there. We're going to round bale that one up. Just stop there and come out here. Right, we've got this one here. I'm going to fertilise the field. Then we're going to go over it with the cultivator that is down there ready and waiting. And once we've done the cultivating, we'll be able to get the seed drill up here and we'll be able to start planting. However, we won't be using the Amazon seed drill that we've got. We're going to be planting corn, the silage, because the numbers I was quite impressed with. A lot of people voted and I was really pleased with 3,647 votes. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely thrilled to bits with this. Right, I need to just move over a tiny little bit. Hopefully it'll be alright. Just ignore the fact that I'm fertilizing the Challenger right there. It's a new type of Challenger, and if you plant it just right, it grows a new one. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, we had 3,647 people vote. We had 261 people want me to do poplars next. So that's going to be the last one on the list. 444 want me to do forestry next. So that's the second last. And 2,942 people want me to do a big corn silage, take it all to the biogas plant. Despite the fact that that is what I'm literally about to do in the time-lapse series. And I've been talking about doing it in the time-lapse series for a little while. Okay, that's fine. If that's what you want me to do, that's what I'll do. It's your vote. It's your game after all. That is what we're going to do. So we're going to be planting corn up here, which means I need to be getting a row crop planter so that I can plant all of our fields. We're going to have to cultivate them all as well. This is the only one that needs fertilizer. We've got way too much fertilizer down on the other fields. We completely wasted the effect of that oilseed radish, which I'm a little annoyed about. But we're going to put that down to a mistake. We're not going to... I wasn't going to reload the save game and do it properly. I thought I would tell you about my mistake, and then we'll try it again another time, see how that works out. So we're going to get a row crop planter, get that going up here. But before we do that, my weekly question for this week. We're going to be doing forestry. Let me just go on here and get rid of that so that it doesn't show up all the yellow dots for the machinery. We just have the green ones for drivable machines. Right. My weekly question. Now, we're going to be doing some forestry over on the east side of the map. And we've got these two placeable items here. This one here, you feed wood chips directly into it. And this one here, you feed logs directly into it. Now, with the forestry, I was going to do maybe a little bit of log handling, but I've done log handling in time-lapse, and I've done log handling on Sosniovka not all that long ago. So I thought that we'd go for like a wood chip production thing. And we could just put the log straight into this. So there's a placeable one here. 72,000, you drop it down, but you can't, obviously you can't move it. It's a placeable, it's permanent. We put that one down somewhere, and we chuck a load of logs into it, and we get paid immediately. It converts into wood chips, and then it's immediately sold. This one here, you make the wood chips, you drop it into there. So essentially, it's a wood chip sell point that is closer than the actual sell point. So it's going to be a choice between those two, and I was also looking, where is it? Forestry. Now, I think we already used this one, if memory serves me. We did use this one already. I didn't want to use the Jenz one with the crane arm. I hate crane arms. I genuinely despise them, so I'm not going to use it. But this one here, I absolutely love this one. And this one's portable, so we could move it around. But I wasn't going to get that one going. Well, here's the thing, though. This is kind of where I'm up in here. I don't really want to just give you a choice between those two to place over in the woods over there. I was thinking maybe it'd be better if we had some have to do some travel. So if we get the Heizomat heating plant, we will have to get a wood chipper so that we can make wood chips and put into it. So we'll get the wood chipper over there, and then the Heizomat heating plant, we won't place that over here where we're going to be doing this stuff. We'll place the Heizomat back here at the main yard, so that we've got to do some travelling, but we haven't got to go all the way over to Stanton Sawmill. Or we will get the one that you feed the logs directly into, and we'll place that one down here somewhere. It'll be around there, so it'll be a lot closer. But I think you get a lower price for it. So the sort of the advantage of taking it to the sell point for the wood chips is that you get a better price for it. But I'm not actually certain what the prices are. It's whether or not you get the full amount here. Does it give you the full amount of money that you would get if you took it all the way over to the sawmill? I don't know about that. I've genuinely no idea. So that's kind of going to be an interesting one. If you want me to use the so it is just going to be between these two. I was talking about the other one, but we'll ignore that for now. I'm going to be using that one anyway. I'm going to be doing wood chip production. We'll do a few logs, but it's mostly going to be focused around wood chip production. So do we feed the logs directly into the Jenz chipper here. This is just going to be situated in one place, so we've got to get the logs to it. I think this one is going to be the poorer selection of the two. I think this one would be better because then we can get our mobile wood chipper and we can move it around in the woods and we can really sort of experiment with it. I've got some fantastic ideas that I would like to do with the wood chipping. We can still do those ideas with this one. It's just going to be a bit more difficult, that's all. So it's your vote. It's your game. Head in the comment section down below. Let us know if you want the heating plant or if you want the Jenz. The Jenz or the Heizomat. Let us know which one you want and let us know why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote up in the top right hand corner. I apologise for my initial confusion. It is just between these two. I was thinking of something else with the this one over here. This is the one that we're going to be getting. We're going to be using this one. No matter what, we're going to be using this one. Okay? And if we get this one, we'll place this back at the farm. We'll deal with some logs. We'll take some logs all the way to the sawmill and we'll sell them up there. And then we'll take wood chips to this one at the farm and sell them there. If we get this one, we'll drop logs into there while we're working the forestry. But we'll also take a load of logs all the way to the sawmill so that we can sell them over there. So that you can sort of get a gist of everything that happens. But mostly, like I said, it's going to be all about the wood chips. So that's my plan for that bit. Before we can do that, we've got to plant the corn silage. Now that brings me on to another issue. I'm going to let this one, actually no, yeah, I'll let this one carry on, and I'm going to go and get that one down there, the Challenger, unfolded and started, and we've got baling to do as well today. Okay, now this bad boy is absolutely awesome. I really love this one. So let me get this one unfolded. Huge, great big cultivator, and I'm really looking forward to the big bud stuff that is going to be coming out. I mean, we're assuming it's big bud. It's not actually been confirmed yet, but the DLC is looking like it's going to be big bud from all the rumours and everything that we found, and there was a little leak about a big bud as well. So there's going to be some absolutely massive machinery, and I asked you all a question very recently on about Rattlesnake Valley. I asked you all a question yesterday in the time-lapse about whether or not you wanted me to go there immediately or go there soon or not go there at all. And most people want me to go to Rattlesnake Valley. A few of you don't. A few of you would prefer me to go to a different country because we've been in the US for a while. But unfortunately, most people want me to go. But you want me to finish the Goldcrest series first on the time-lapse. And by finish, what you would like me to do is saturate the map. Basically, buy every field, get every animal, do everything, kind of like we did on Bjornholm. The majority of you want me to do that here on Goldcrest before I move on, which I've got to say did actually surprise me a little bit. I thought that you would want me to move on sooner, that you'd be getting a bit fed up with this map. But apparently not. Apparently you're very happy with what we're doing here, so we will continue doing that. And we will continue with the Goldcrest series as it is at the moment, and then later on we're going to go to Rattlesnake Valley. I took a look at that one just yesterday, and I've got to say I was absolutely staggered. I got a really fast vehicle, the Mustang thing, and it does 100 miles an hour. It took me ages just to get across the map, right? It's 4 times the size of this map. It is enormous. It's huge. It absolutely staggered me, the level of detail that has gone into something so absolutely massive. It was stunning. It really was. And there's a whole load of scripts and stuff built into the maps. There's all sorts of things at work. It is currently in beta, so he's working on a major update for that one that will come out eventually. I don't know when, but probably by the time we finish doing our Goldcrest series, the actual main update will be ready for the map. Right, we're going to let that one carry on. When we get to Rattlesnake, that is just going to be small-scale equipment, right? We're going to need big stuff. I took a look at the biggest field available in the game, and I gotta say I was a little bit surprised because there's you can do jobs for the hired help, and the thing that really surprised me is, right, let's start this one up, and right, this should just auto bale, auto do everything. Yeah, the thing that really surprised me was the time. It was a field of sunflowers, and the first offer was with a slightly smaller corn header, so it would do the sunflowers like that. and the estimated time until finish was 840 minutes. Right? For those of you who are unsure, 840 minutes is 14 hours. 14 hours to do one field. It's insane. And the buy price of that field was, we'll just go through there carefully. We'll be able to pick up that hay and the other. Right, if I press Y, it'll unload the round bale there after having wrapped it. And stop. Don't roll down that hill, for goodness sake. And we can carry on and we can do a little bit more. Yeah, 14 hours to do one field. That's kind of the scale of things that we're going to be looking at on Rattlesnake. I reckon it's going to be 6 months running that time-lapse series. That's what I think. I reckon it's going to be a 6-month series. And even then, I don't know if realistically we would completely finish the map, purely because I'd like to look at other maps as well. So we'll see how that one goes, but I am genuinely looking forward to it. It does look absolutely incredible. I mean, like, genuinely mind-blowing, awesome, fantastic. I can't emphasize that enough. And it's only in the beta at the moment, so he's working on adding like a train to the map and sorting out a few other issues. He's trying to get it for console as well. If he can get it for console, the plan is he'll release it on console on ModHub, and then you download that map, and if you're on PC, there will be elsewhere you'll be able to download the scripts to go with the map, so that you can activate everything that you wouldn't be able to run while you're on the console. Which, great idea as far as I'm concerned. That's absolutely fantastic news. It means that everybody gets to play, which, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, that's great. It's fantastic. And is that bale going to roll right off down the hill? I really hope not. That would be a really bad thing to happen. So, yeah, Rattlesnake is going to happen, and it just looks incredible. I really can't get over just how incredible that map is. It absolutely blew me away. It really did. Just the time it took to drive up. Why did I unload that on a hill? Is that going to go down over? It is, isn't it? Let me see if can I stop it? Can I stand in its way and stop it? Stop! I command you to halt. Object too heavy. No! No, 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 no! I don't want you to roll down the hill. Okay, it's going. There's nothing we can do. This bale is... There it goes. So... Oh, dear. Oh, no, it's not going to go in the water, is it? That is gone. That is way gone. Maybe it's going to rest up against a tree down there. Oh, there it is. Right. We need to remember to pick that bale up. That is not how you do baling. You don't allow your bales to go rolling off down a hill like that. We should have reversed the baler back up the hill slightly so that it didn't do that. Okay, we'll ignore that bit. So anyway, yes, Rattlesnake Valley is going to happen, but not just yet. We've got other things that we need to do. In the meantime, why am I doing that? I've already unloaded the bale. In the meantime, here on this map, we're going to be doing corn silage. So we're planting corn as soon as we've done the cultivating. We've got to go and cultivate all of the fields, and then we're going to plant corn. I'll get a corn drill. I'll probably just get the biggest one because we've got some nice big fields now. And as I said in Sosniovka earlier in the week, this map is all about big scale stuff. This end of the week is bigger scale. But no, what I've been looking at is how are we going to afford the forage harvester. Now, I did originally say that I wanted to get that one because that is the one that we'll be using when we eventually come to do the poplars. Issue. $374,000, and I don't have a way to earn that kind of money just yet. We will be able to earn that kind of money, I'm hoping, but I can't just yet. So I'm thinking that one would have to wait. And so I've been looking at this one. This is the cheapest one that is available, the Class Jaguar 800. I don't believe that this one is actually very common in the States. I think that for the States it would actually be that one. Although I don't believe any of these are particularly common in the States. Although I'm not certain. I don't know how big Krone is over in the States. I want to try and get this accurate, but however, I think we might have to just go with the Class Jaguar, unless I find a smaller mod somewhere. That one there is 32,000, so we could lease that one, but I did originally say that we would only want to buy it. it's still $215,000. So it might be better if we lease this to do the corn silage. Then we can return it, and we can still go with our plan of buying that bigger one there for when we come to do the wood chip. So I'd like to hear, that is a topic of conversation for today. I would really like to hear your views on what you think of me leasing a Class Jaguar. For anybody that's in the know, can you let me know if you would see a Class Jaguar in the States, or if that's a European thing, and you don't generally see them in the States? I would really like to know about that. Because if you don't get them in the States, obviously it's going to be a little bit more difficult to convince you that having the Class Jaguar would be a good idea. So yeah, go in the comment section, let me know your thoughts on this subject. We want to try and keep with American machinery. We've used quite a lot of European imports, and I know that there are several people that would like to see me using more US-based machinery. And so I'm going to try to do that. I would like to do that for you all. I'd like to try and keep things accurate for you all. And so, yeah, we kind of need to make sure that we get the right forager and so on and so forth. We could go for a trailed one. However, I think there is a mod available. I think it's on the mod hub, actually. There is a trailed one that we could get. But that's just a really small cut. It's not particularly big scale machinery at all. And as far as I'm concerned, is not enough on that piece of machinery to... the cut, it's not big enough scale. This map is medium to big scale, and that forager is small scale, not what I want to do for this map. I don't think it's the right kind of mod for this map. There we go. I was wondering why that bale was still moving. So yeah, as I don't think it's the right kind of machine for this map, we're not going to use it. We're going to try to find a actual self-propelled one. I mean, I might look for a small mod somewhere. There are several mods available, so we could sort of go for one of those instead, but I'd like to know what your thoughts are on the subject. So, yeah, lease the Class Jaguar, do our corn silage so that we can get a whole load of corn silage into the biogas plant, and that is available then to be selling, and then we can use... we can use a load of the money that we get from that silage, as well as our forestry operation that we're going to do, in order to be able to, what's the word? Buy the, not the crone, buy that New Holland Forager. So that's how I'm sort of thinking it will fund the New Holland Forager. I think that would be a good way to do it. It's quite a believable way to do it as well. We could use all of that silage. When we come to do the forestry, I'll be using the Ponzi Scorpion to be cutting down the trees, but I don't think we'll buy it because that's going to be a one-off use. We won't be doing that again. I am definitely going to be leasing that one. Now, that one costs around about $36,000 to lease, and $36,000 is actually quite doable as far as repaying it is concerned. It's not that difficult to repay the $36,000 with leasing that one. I leased it a couple of times already in the time-lapse series, and I found it reasonably easy. I found that it did pay for itself. So that's sort of the situation with what we're planning to do. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the subject. Hang on, let me just back up. I've got bits of grass all over the place. I haven't raked this up very tidily. It was dark. In my defense, it was dark when I was doing it. And back over here. There we go, and unload that one. So these silage bales, I was actually thinking that these silage bales were going to feed our cattle for quite a while. We'll be able to keep them in mixed feed. We won't have any issues with keeping them in mixed feed with all of these silage bales. I am wondering if we should sell a few. Depending on how many we get, it might be worth selling some. They're like, I think these are the same price as the square bales. If they are the same price as square bales, we get $1,764 per bale sold. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd say that was a pretty good rate. So $1,764 of silage on each one. Even if we just sold 10, that's net. Well, 10, 11 is another 2. If we sold 12, that would be over $20,000 just from 12 bales, and I'm pretty sure we've already done 12 bales. I've just gone way over there, and my timer is up to say that we have gone on for far too long. I'm aware that some people are getting fed up with baling, and I quite agree. So this is the last baling that we'll be doing for a little while. Let me just go in here and look at the statistics a second. You can also see, I know that several of you like to see how much time played. 62 hours we've been on this map. 62 hours, ladies and gentlemen. So far, we've done 16 bales. Unload that one and let the next one come through. 16, and we've done twice around. I reckon that we're going to have at least double that. At least. So if we have 30-odd bales, yeah, it's not really enough to warrant selling some, I don't think. I think it'd be better if we were to keep them down at the yard. Then we don't have to worry about getting cows anymore later on. We can just concentrate on running our arable enterprise for a little while. Maybe getting the sheep a little bit now and then as well. Just come through there. If I unload that round bale there, we're not likely to run into any issues, are we? So drop that one there. So, yes, my question for this week is, which placeable would you like me to get? We are going to get either the Heizomat heating plant that we can drop some wood chips into, and we're going to place that at our main farm, or we're going to get the Jenz machine here that you put logs straight into that machine. It turns them into wood chips, and they're sold immediately, so they're sort of sold through the machine. And hang on, let me just go back, and I want to go to the map. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, if we get the Jenz Heizomat will be placed here somewhere, and we'll just bring the logs out of this logging area that we're going to do here and dump them into it, and they'll be sold immediately. Or we will get the portable wood chipper. We'll probably get the portable wood chipper anyway, because we'll sort of use both. But I'm not certain on that yet. I'm not quite certain how we're going to set everything up, but I'm going to find a way to do it that I'm happy with. I think is a little bit different to what we would normally see. The wood chipper plant, that is going to be placed here somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. It might even be over here somewhere instead. We could sell the barn that's there and drop the wood chipper there, because I was thinking of getting a beehive. I did tell you I was going to get a beehive. We could put the beehive there as well, although I'm not sure how they'd cope with the noise of it. Probably better to keep them away from the wood chipper plant. So we'll it'll be somewhere over here, the wood chipper plant, and we'll chip our logs over here in the wood, and we'll bring them over and we'll put them in here. We'll possibly bring them across a rickety little wooden bridge, or we'll bring them down here and go across the bigger bridge. I'm not quite sure. And then when we've done that, we will also bring a load of logs over here to Stanton Sawmill. We're going to be doing that regardless. We'll probably actually put them onto the train. I'm thinking that we'll get logs here, we'll bring them up, and we'll load them onto the train up here somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. And when we could bring them down here actually. Load them onto the train. We'll bring them over there. We'll take them from that train onto that train, and then we'll take them up and we'll sell them at the sawmill. So we're going to be doing sort of have a go with quite a lot of it. See the different things that are available with the logging. But as far as the placeables are concerned, do you want me to get the wood chipper, or do you want me to get the one that you put the logs into directly? It's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you want, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. Your vote this time will actually I say sometimes when you cast your vote it's just kind of a different style of machinery, something like that. And it's not. It doesn't generally. It doesn't hugely affect how we do things. But this time, your vote is going to have a massive impact on how we do things with the forestry. If you go for the one that you put the logs directly into, we probably. Well, I was thinking that we might lease the portable wood chipper. We most probably won't. We'll probably completely focus on getting logs into that machine, which is a completely different style of forestry to getting logs into the portable wood chipper and doing it like that. It's and then moving big lots of them. So I've got these plans. There are two different courses of action, and it's entirely dependent on what you do. I'm sorry, I'm sort of being a little bit vague. I don't want to tell you what I got planned. I don't want to tell you how I'm planning to like deal with the logs and the wood chippers and all the rest of it, because I think it's a really cool method of doing it. I've seen a couple of examples of other people having thought of this idea as well, and that's sort of reinforced my determination to do this. It is a very cool way of doing it, I think, and it makes use of some of the machines in a way that a lot of people just wouldn't have thought of previously. So it allows you to see a different way of doing it. Is that bale going to roll? I deliberately went here because I thought it wouldn't roll. Nope, it's not going to. Ideal. That's what we want. So yeah, I have waffled on for long enough. I will finish doing this baling here in this field, and then in our next episode we're going to get that. I'll have that cultivator back down the bottom so that we can start doing our cultivating on the other fields to cultivate in the pointless oilseed radishes, which is a little bit of a shame. And I'll finish doing this baling. We can gather these up in our next episode and run these back to the cattle very quickly. And then we got planting to get started on. We got a load of corn that we need to be planting, and we want to at least make a start on it. Yeah. So anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. I apologise for doing yet more baling in this episode. I know several of you are getting fed up with baling now. This is going to be the last baling we do for quite a while. There won't be much more baling to see other than on the time-lapse. There won't be much baling to do for a fair while now, because it's kind of all wrapped up, as it were, on most of the maps as far as baling is concerned. So I'm sure you'll be pleased about that. And for those of you who do like baling, I hope you made the most of it, because this is it for a little while. So yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.